Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Engineer Mubashar Shah is with you. Today's topic of discussion is amazing and stunning significance of numbers 7 and 19. These two numbers are really very, very significant with respect to creation of the universe, with respect to their mention at certain places in the Holy Book, Holy Quran, as well as in many other scriptures, religious scriptures, almost all of them. So it has these two numbers has a very long history, and these two have been focus of my research since 35 years. But number 19 I knew from my childhood, 65 years back. Our uncle, elder brother of my father, he used to tell us and everybody about 19 particularly, that everything is from 19. So this was his main themes, you can say. And we were children. I don't remember the details, but this much surely I and my brothers, they remember that he used to say that everything means creation of the world, and movements of orbits and their distances, and this my interpretation, and their distances and their movements, and related to 19 or multiples of 19. And I think now it is proved, most of it, that this is true. But this is nothing something new that some people, as they claim that they have discovered something now, that there is some significance for these numbers. Now or before a few years, at least 65 years before, I knew this 19 and 7 also. Both these numbers actually have been part of my life, which I'm going to tell you today. Mainly, this will be the topic of today. And with respect to significance of these two numbers, as is in our holy book and other books, and other creations of the universe. This is a very actually long subject, and I have too much details. I gathered details over the last 35 years, and I kept on writing in my notebook. Even last week, I added 5 or 6 more points to particularly about 19, which I'm going to tell you. So this is how I have been collecting information. So indicating that research is not yet complete. Actually, I was waiting, and why I didn't upload this lecture, or I didn't talk about this earlier. Two reasons. One, I was really last 3-4 years, I was very busy in writing tafsir of Quran surahs and uploading them on YouTube. You can listen to my tafsir on my channel, Bayyinat al-Quran. So I was busy, very busy. So I was focusing on that, so I didn't talk about this. But although on WhatsApp, I sent about 2 years back, I sent WhatsApp message to a group of my friends and my UET actually classmates. We have a group, so I sent this WhatsApp message on 9 September 2019, which I will read it to you so that you will know what I talked 2 years back. And actually, this goes back to my childhood, as I said, the knowledge of particularly 19 and 17, also 35 years back. I realized that there is a connection with 7 and 19. So better I read. It will include almost most of what I want to talk today. So significance of numbers 7 and 19. So just I'm writing to my friends further to my previous WhatsApp message of 19 September, and this message was sent on 20th April 21. So I'm referring to previous message, WhatsApp message of 9th September 2019, which I will read after telling you something. So they showed some interest. So what is this about, and how is this? And so I just thanked them that they have shown interest in what I said 2 years back. And I said I want to just refresh your memory and update you about a few more things which I have noticed since that time 2 years back. So one thing more, very, very interesting and brand new. What is that? Hajj Day. This is because this is 20th July. I was sending this to my friends. So I'm saying yesterday was Hajj Day. This Hajj Day, 2021 Hajj Day, happened on 19th day of 7th month. 19th day of 7th month, yani July. So both these numbers included in this Hajj day. Nobody, I don't think anybody has realized. So this Hajj, very, very special and very, very significant with the relation to these two numbers. So this is because this has been my focus of attention. So anything comes across 7 and 19, and not now, since 30 years, 35 years. So even my family sometimes got fed up. Leave it, leave it. Yeah, we have listened enough about this. So, so anyway, my son visited US, and I told him, and I showed him, the numbers which I usually see almost, I used to see every day almost. On car number of registration numbers of cars and others. I just mentioned it is just coincidence you see these numbers. So he even didn't believe, but now he believes. Last week he talked to me, and I will read, so it will include what he said. So about Hajj Day, this is so interesting and so amazing that maybe it never happened before, and maybe I don't know, maybe it will never happen again. I asked my friends if anybody can help to find out, did it happen any time before? I asked you to find out that if anybody can find out if did that really happen before 7th day of 7th month of any year, previous year. So if it didn't happen, it is very unique, very special, very significant Hajj day. I hope so, I think so, and inshallah it will do so. So just something most interesting. Please first read below, so I will read it for you. What is new, most stunning new addition to my 30 years research on number 19? Now, I'm talking about particularly number 19, although I knew this number from my uncle, who was elder brother of my father. May Allah bless their souls, both of them. I knew from my uncle more than 60 years back that Allah's creations have strong numerical relationships with number 19. To quote his exact words, what he frequently used to tell us and other people, that everything is from number 19. Now I will read a copy of earlier WhatsApp message to my UET friends, which was on 9 September 2019, about 2 years back, which I sent them. So I will read it, so you have continuity. What I knew 2 years back, which I sent to my friends, and what I have added during last few days. Only because I told you 3-4 years I have been busy in tafsir, so I was not focused on this at all. Actually, my focus, how it came about about a month back. Son of my elder brother, who is in the United States, he sent me an email, and referring or attaching, also sending a video post of one scholar talking about miracle of 19. And this is about one or maybe 1.5 months back. So, and he thought maybe I don't know about this. He highlighted and made strong comments how this person is saying, almost indicating that this is some original work from him. He said, I heard from my father, my elder brother, that his uncle used to tell them in their childhood that everything is from number 19. And those people were so brilliant that even without computers, they knew uh, what is being considered miracle by some people just now, or a few months or few years back. So this is not true. Of course, this is not true. This knowledge has been there at least 60, 65 years. My uncle knew, maybe before him, how many people knew, I don't know. And I don't think he ever claimed that it is his discovery. Maybe I don't know really. Maybe it was his discovery, or he learnt it through knowledge, but this was his interest. He was a religious scholar, as well as he had interest in astronomy and numerology and things of this sort. So this I will read this WhatsApp message which I had sent to my friend 2 years back. I had done some research on significance of numbers 7 and 19 during the late 1980s and early 1990s. At that time, I had prepared a list of more than 35 items having significance related to number 7. So at that time, it was 7 which was my focus. And now I can count more than 50, and had shared this list with my friends in UAE by email, or personally I had typed copies and I gave it to them. This is about 35 years back. I was in UAE, in Corps of Engineers at that time. So uh, this was my interest, and so I shared my with my friends about a list of 35 items at that time, about 7 I'm talking. I used to see these two numbers, and how it became the focus of my attention. I used to see these two numbers frequently in my telephones, miscellaneous ID cards, my ID cards. UAE, we had so many ID cards. So one is like our CNIC UAE ID card, and banking cards, and other many other cards like this, insurance cards and ID cards. And so most of these cards, not all, but many of these cards has actually three-digit code beginning with 7. And I will continue. You will know. So my car registration number, I bought a second-hand car, and number was not chosen by me, but first three numbers was the same three-digit code, uh, which actually attracted my attention, because not same time when I purchased, it was normal, okay, any number. But when I saw this number over a few months at many places, and my building number also started with those three numbers, my wife's ID cards, few ID cards, my telephone number, my son-in-law telephone number in Pakistan started with the same three numbers. So many. I think it is very long list. I can count maybe 50, 60, 100, because every 3, 4 days I used to see something which I kept on sometimes noting also. So that was my focus of attention at that time. And many other places I used to see these three numbers actually, but beginning with 7. So all these three numbers in a sequence. So there are references in Quran that Jahannam has darogas or guards on 19 gates and so on. So this is known that there is a verse. This is Surah Mudasir, verse number 30, that Alayha Tisa'ata Ashar. Doesn't specifically mention that it is Jahannam, because the ayah before it is talking about Jahannam, and ayah after is talking about Jahannam. So it is generally it is thought that this is referring to also Jahannam, that there are 19 security guards, and in the next ayah it is explained those guards are angels. So angels, you know, um, guarding Jahannam, 19 angels. So this is 19, from where actually significance of 19, I can say, started, and most of the people started calling it miracle. No, I wouldn't use the word miracle. I think it is inappropriate. um, this is Allah's hikmah. He knows much more. He knows what is the significance. We can only say there is some significance, but what is significance and its real hidden meaning, one can guess, but I think it is not good to guess even something which is beyond our knowledge, and we cannot cover it really. I think so. This is my view. So this is one of the reason really, over the past years I was not very willing to talk about this on video, but now as other people have started, I saw two, three videos on it, so I thought better express myself, let people know. So this is what about this ayah about 19 guards and heaven. These two numbers appear to have great significance with regards to religious scriptures, creation of universe, earth, skies, sun, moon, and what is between them, other heavenly bodies, and their orbits, their movements, the distances between them, either 19 or multiple of 19s. So this is a very long subject, and if I get some chance, inshallah, I will have more videos on it. It requires actually significant number. The details information what I have, I need maybe for each of these numbers 5 6 episodes at least. And this is research is continuing. For me, it is not yet finished. Why will try to prepare a video on significance of these two numbers. This is what I am telling them. In future I'll prepare more videos, and I will highlight my research which I have been doing over the last 30 35 years. So this is now recent what I said. My son, he talked to me today. I'm writing today because it was a week before. My son in US, he talked to me today, and he reminded when he didn't believe when he came to UAE 10 years, something 10 years back, when I told him that there is significance. I showed him so many instances of these code, 3 number code at that time. So he said, and my card number, and this and this and this, and CNIC, UAE cards, and my card, my telephone, maybe 10, 15 I counted. He said, this is coincidence, Papa, because you focus on this, you always see this number. So now he called me a week back, and I was discussing with him that, do you remember I told you the significance of these two numbers? I have something more to add to it. I told him. He said instantly, he paused a bit and he said, have you noticed what is the number of your house in Shadman? I said, okay, yes. What is the issue? He said, this 928, your house number, it adds to 90. Really, week back, I didn't know. I was looking everywhere else for 19 and recording since 30 35 years. And I have a long list in my register. And one and previous registers, I have to search for those 30 years back, or whatever I have. So he reminded me this just a week ago, that my house number 928 adds to 19. So this is something new, just week back. And on phone he paused a bit and told me, haven't you thought about your own house number, built some 30 years back? The house number 928 was allotted by LDA, not chosen by me. And I never thought about it, that it adds to 19 till a week back. So for 30 plus years, I was counting and recording items related to 7 and 19, but didn't look at my own house that adds to 19. Isn't it interesting? So this lecture is just to create some interest and to show you that how things can happen really unbelievable. I'm sure most of you wouldn't believe what I'm saying, what I'm telling. So there are things hard to believe, really hard, very hard to believe. I told you even my son didn't believe. Just a week back, when he told me that your house is adding number is adds to 19. So now he says yes, seems there is something related to 19 and significance with our family. He mentioned it is just today he sent another. So now he is convinced that 19 has some significance because I told him few more things which I'll just let you know. So about 3 years back, I chose another thing, recent one, and just a week back I noticed this also. These things, what I'm telling you, this is not more than 6 7 days, before what I noted and what I have added to my long list of 30 35 years, and these things which I didn't notice. What are those? I told you one about my house number. About 3 years back, I chose. It is not three. I think it is 2 years. This is what I was checking this morning. When I didn't remember, so I mentioned three. But I checked this morning when I started this YouTube channel, Bayyinat, and one was first video uploaded. So it was, I think, some date, 7 September. It was 7 September 2019, 2019, 7 September 2000. So I was shocked. So it is 7, also again 7. So, and it is Surah Fatiha. So two things. Surah Fatiha, which is the basis of the seven, Sabah Masani, which is the basis of the seven and the significance of seven, and everything from there starts about significance of seven. So without knowing, I'm telling today I noticed really when I checked back when I started this channel, for this lecture, so as to be precise, I just mentioned approximately 3 years. So I thought, no, it is good that I check and then tell people when I started. So it is 2 years, as I said, 7 September 2019. So Bayyinat al-Quran. So I told you the first video I uploaded, this was on 7th month, and about Surah Fatiha. So also this Sabah Masani, 7 ayah, the most significant. So this is today, this morning I discovered this. Something 2 years back, I didn't at all, I didn't intend that it should be a 7th day of some month, or it should be Surah Fatiha, which has this to show that it has some connection with the seven and some connection with me. So it just happened, and I noticed it today. So Bayyinat al-Quran, I was going to tell you about this, but that came on the way. So Bayyinat al-Quran I started about 2 years back, and this is about 2 weeks, maybe or less. I was searching something about this, so I found out that Bayyinat appears in Quran 19 times. So again, reference and relationship of my channel with 19, that it appears in Quran 19 times, and I discovered this only maybe 10 days back. I didn't know when how I and why I use this Bayyinat name. Actually, my father, may Allah be pleased with him, my late father, um, he used to write booklets on Islamic issues. So one of the booklet title used to be Bayyinat something, maybe Quran or something else, I don't know, but I remember Bayyinat. So Bayyinat means Roshan Ayat, in Urdu, Roshan Ayat, or something obvious, something very clear, and it is usually referring to Quran ayat. So So Bayyinat word which I selected 2 years back, I checked and found just maybe 10 days back that this comes 19 times in Quran. So again, relationship of Bayyinat with me. So I would say me and Quran also, because 19, it is in Quran, but it is a relationship with Quran and with me also. So I chose this name from the title of one booklet of my father, which he used to publish more than 70 years back when we were children. I was in maybe primary or high school. So this is about 17 years back. He used to publish this book, one book. He used to publish many, but one of the booklet title used to be Bayyinat. So only, as I'm saying, 3 days back, now it is say 10 days week, 10 days. While searching something from the word Bayyinat, I found that it appears in Quran 19 times. And it is only today my son reminded me, which I have already told. Today means this is maybe 4 days back, because I'm writing this message, WhatsApp message was on 20th 7, 20, no, sorry, 20th 7, 2021. So about say 10 days, 12 days back. So he reminded me that you talk about 19, about many other things, but haven't you noted your own house number, 928, which adds to 19? And this is noticed, and the person who is telling, he never believed on this 7 and 19. Some years back, he said, no, this is just your thought and thinking, and you focus on these numbers, so you see frequently, and it is just coincidence. But now, today, he sent an email that he said, no, it seems there is something, significant and connected with you or us, our family. So, and now something most unbelievable, most stunning, most interesting, and most stunning and amazing. Really, hard anybody would believe, but believe me, it is fact. What is that? My wife had purchased a dinner set, a very well-known, famous at that time, Nori Talkie. Nori Talkie was a very famous dinner set, used to be. I don't think it exists anymore, this brand. So it was in mid 80s in UAE. Mid 80s. How many years now? Mid 80s, 30, 35 years. So it was purchased 40 years, maybe, I think 30, 40 years back. My wife purchased this dinner set, Noritaki. I will just read what I have written. It didn't open. I didn't open the box, and kept and gifted it to our daughter on her marriage. She opened this box about 6 years back when my late wife, just a month before her death, I think. So when she visited Islamabad with me, and our daughter was in Islamabad at that time. So my daughter said she also didn't open. She kept the box without opening as it is, but she said no. Today she will open it because Ammi liked that very much. So I will open it today, and I will serve you dinner. I think it was dinner. Uh, uh, with this, with this Noritaki dinner set. So I was surprised to see that every piece had 4-digit factory code when it came in front of us, because it was something we purchased 40 years back. So we had some interest. How is it? Because we never opened, we never saw. We saw in the shop, of course, it was beautiful, very nice. But after that, didn't open. Anything is broken, not broken. We didn't open. So my wife went 6 years back to visit. So our daughter opened, and when he served the dinner, I just turned over one plate to see how is the brand, and it was amazing. It was stunning. because my daughter knew about that code which I have been using. Even my mobile telephone since many years. Even my grandchildren they knew the code they can. So it is also same code, 4-digit code. 3-digit code I had before for my telephone. This is 30 years back. So at that time, 30 years back, I added one number to it to make it 19 because it was in my mind 19. So actually, at that time, it was only 3-digit code which was troubling me. So I added one digit to it to make it total 19, and I used this 4-digit password for my iPhone 4S, which was gifted to me by a friend. Maybe I think it was 20, 30 years back. So that is still with me, 4S iPhone, and code is still the same. 4-digit. I can't tell you the code, but it is the same code which I entered. Maybe 30 or 35, 25, 30 years back. So, it was shocking that same code of my telephone which I put password in my iPhone 30 years back, 4-digit code, same code, exactly by sequence, not the total is 19, but same 4-digit starting and in the same sequence code like a password. So it was same password, same product code of Naritak, which I have been talking about 30 years, 35 years before. So 40 years before, we opened the box and we found at the back of the. Now this is the proof with me. I took a photograph with me, but I cannot share. I will tell you why. So same 4-digit code I am using for my iPhone 4S since about 25 or 30 years. 25, same. It was gifted by my boss at that time. So I kept this phone because I knew 3 digits at that time. 3 digits starting with 7. So significance of 7, 3 digit. I added one digit before it just to make it 19. At that time, I didn't have any more intention because 19 was in my mind from childhood because our uncle used to say everything from 19. So I thought it is easier to remember codes. If you forget one number, then you can see what is the addition. So even at that time, my banking ATM, this is also 25, 30 years back. My banking ATM code was the same as this one, which appeared at the back of the data set and my iPhone. Other passwords also, so many passwords for the computer and for the laptop and maybe certain other passwords. I used to use same password. So stunning, interesting, unbelievable. You believe it or not, but this is fact. So there are these are just a few of a very long list which I have prepared over the last 30, 35 years. These are just a few facts. Now, just to end, uh, why I don't want to tell you or anybody. Even I replied to my son who sent me email today that now he is convinced there is something, with our family, with you about 19. So I replied to him that this two numbers, this 3-digit and also this 4-digit, don't share with anybody. And why? This is the reason, one of the reason. I don't want because this is something personal also. We don't know really. I actually what Allah, means for us that these numbers has so much significance. Now we cannot deny because it is happening. I told you even last week I had 4 or 5 items added to it, and maybe 2, 3 more I will add, which I'm just written with my own handwriting. So why? About 15 years back, I told this 4-digit code to a friend of mine in UAE who purchased a lottery ticket from Abu Dhabi airport while traveling to Pakistan. From Abu Dhabi to Pakistan, maybe today also, but in those days they used to sell tickets, lottery tickets at the airport. So if you buy for 1,000 dirhams, you can get 1 million dirhams. So, or some prestigious car if you win, of course. So then, when he came back, he purchased the ticket and didn't tell me. I just told him, like I'm telling you, this is about 15 or maybe a little bit more or less. I think maybe 20 years, 15, 18 years. So he didn't tell me and the intention that he will buy ticket or he will use this code. So I just told him as a friend, this is the figures. Or maybe if maybe he asked and I told him. So when he came back from Pakistan, he didn't complain, but he said, "Oh, you told me something. I used it and I lost my money. What happened? How you lost money?" He said, "With this code." I told them I want this number in my lottery ticket, and I think there was a possibility to select the number. So he selected the number and he purchased the number with those four-digit code. So of course it was not nothing doing with him. This only as I think this is related something related to me, maybe personally, with the family or something. Really, I don't know. Allah knows best what is the relationship and why these all facts and why I see these numbers and yes, keeping records, not always, but many times I used to keep record. I still in my old notebooks I have one notebook with me, which I can show it to you, but it will show the opposite, so you cannot see. So this notebook is full with 7 and 19 and other pages also, but you cannot read because this is the notebook. So this is one notebook. This is the new one. But old notebooks I have it somewhere. I have to search. And this is the also you cannot read, but this is that WhatsApp message which I sent to my friend 2 years back and now. So this is about this. So it is just yesterday and today. So two more things added to this list. So you see how I'm continuing to update almost on a weekly basis, a daily basis. So when I typed this list, it was not there. You can see this is handwritten two items. So till 5 6 days, these two items were not there. These are added today, or yes, added today. In fact, what are those? My Toyota car, which I purchased in the name of my late wife, I think about 20 25 years back, has a registration number 928 also. My son said, no, we want to keep the same house number, registration number, but without knowing. I'm saying this is just today, noticed that, 6 7 days back, my son from US, he uh, drew my attention that your own house number adds to 19. So now I noticed, yesterday I noticed that my car, Toyota car number still with us. Toyota car number which we purchased 20 25 years back, 928 also adds to 19. And then yesterday, a friend of us from this UET group, he sent a post in the group, and he highlighted that he listens to my tafsir Quran, and it is a delight, and he likes it, and so I replied him immediately. I thanked him that he likes and he listens to my tafsir, but just came to my mind his name bit long. So I said, let me count his, out of curiosity, let me count his letter numbers of his name. So I counted letter numbers of his name, 19. This is yesterday. So I sent him this also, and because before I have been sending them, virtue, significance, or facts of 7 and 19 since 2 years at least. I have been sending them. So I just tried that to create some interest and also to thank him that he's related, some connected with me, with 19, because I have some relation connection with 19. So he is connected now with me through tafsir and through 19. So this was so I replied to him. After replying, and this is yesterday, after replying, I said, let me count my own names, letters, and how much it counts, adds to it. Really surprising. I was stunned. I was stunned. And my CNIC English names, what is exactly on the CNIC? Sayyid, no, not Sayyid, Mubashar Mahmud Shah. Mubashar Mahmud Shah. Mahmud with the MOOD. Mubashar Mahmud Shah. It added to 19, and this is only yesterday. So this is how I keep on collecting more and more information about 7 and about 19. So this is till now I think enough, but I will have inshallah separate episodes for 7 and about 19. I have lot of information, uncountable. You can say the more you think, the more you get information about these two numbers. And it is not just related to Quran, Islam, and universe. Almost all scriptures they have some mention with regard to 7 as well as 19, these two numbers in particular, so I think I need for each of these numbers 5 6 episodes, so as not just to say this happened here or this happened here, also to let you know where it happened, why it happened, what was the context where it happened. If seven mentioned in Quran somewhere, what is the context? Okay, saints, it is there, it is there, it is there. And sometimes some ayat, Jahannam same number, Jannat same number, seven skies are the seven earths and seven heavens, and days of the week is seven, and Kaaba Tawaf is seven, and Sai and Safwa, this is seven, running and seven rounds, and so many other things. A very, very long list. Seven major sins, uh, seven continents, seven major peaks, and seven actually so many things. I have very long list, and if you say I can maybe count few more from days of the week. I already said seven doors of hell, which I already mentioned, and I mentioned this Sabah Masani. I mentioned seven ayat in Surah Fatiha, the seven walks running between Safwa and Marwa, seven colors of rainbow, and seven wonders of the world, continents, seven continents of the world, major mountain peaks, seven deadly sins, seven skies, seven vital human parts. They are seven vital human parts. They are seven, and these count these where we count. This is 19. 19, if you count, this is 19. Another I forgot, but I will have more episodes to say that this is another instant natural, in your hand. 19, everybody has this 19, 1 2 3 4. Always we didn't have computer, most of the people used to count here, so this is 19. So seven circles, ये हिंदूज जो मैरिज जो है अनमैरिज, they take 7 rounds for their marriage, and seven recitations of the Holy Quran, seven manazils of Quran, seven oceans, seven virtues it is in the Bible, seven earth, seven heavens. Most, and this is why you are going to too much to scientific. Seven atoms of hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen. So Allah created universe in 7 days, 6 days plus 1 day, so total comes to 7 days. All the one resting day, but it is in 7 days Allah created universe. So seven is related to universe. Stages of man's creation. This is, I don't think anybody would have talked about. Many of these items are brand new for you. I can assure you, you would not have listened. This is my view. These seven stages of human creation, what is mentioned there, I will count those and I will give references. So these are seven stages how man was created by Allah. So Ashab Kahf, number seven, Ashab Kahf. So vital minerals, also seven minerals. human parts, vital human parts, vital means which are related to sustainability of your life. These are also seven types of animal and fruits and trees also, each one. Human emotions, they have been counted to count to seven. Quran recitations, the way Arabs or even us used to recite Holy Quran, the seven ways or seven recitations of Holy Quran. So this is a very long list, pages. Just I wanted to show that I have so much information, and this is most of it my own original research. I told you 35 years is not a very short period. So, and still I believe that it is not complete. This is the reason I was not. Really I wouldn't have uploaded if my uh, son had not, actually, I didn't mention that son of my elder brother. Maybe I mentioned he sent me email about a month back. I told you, yes, yes, it was in the beginning, and he highlighted that some person, some scholar is claiming, and in the video that he and some other people recently have discovered this miracle of 19. So he sent me. So he even knew that my father, my elder brother, his father told him since childhood that his uncle used to say everything is from 19. So that also prompted me to upload this video, just to say no, this is not true. This is at least 70, 65, 70 years back. Our uncle knew it about virtues or significance or facts about 19. Maybe people before him also knew. So it is not, correct that for somebody to say that he has discovered something. Maybe he added something to already known information. Because of ease of computer, you can calculate things in computer, uh, how many ayat here and there and different, yes, this is also knowledge. But this is not nothing something new, and not that much significance. It is not that much significant that ayat for the Jannah and for those and for this and that and count to the same number and same figure. And I think this is probably not that much significance if you compare it with the relationship with universe. So I think I have talked enough, and it is enough for today. And let us see, inshallah, to see you in some future episodes on this 7 and 19. Have a very nice time. Masalama, Mubashar, Shah.